Hey Panda, how's it going? Look at this little nub of a pencil. Barely got any life left to it. Again. Yeah, I've been doing the roughs for, I got 2 pages already kind of roughed out. I got 2 more I'm gonna do the roughs to, and then ink those 4, and then just keep it going. Panda, I'm sorry, I must follow you on Instagram, right? I lose track of who I'm following. I see your work, right? I couldn't imagine that if you're on there that I haven't friended you yet, right? Xeno Goku, I don't know why this would require much thought. Like, I've already figured out the layouts, so I just have to rough in how big I want the actual panel. Sometimes I vary up. Like, I decided to combine. I originally had 1 panel here, then 2, 3, 4, 5, but I just decided to combine 2 and 3 into 1. But it's just okay, that's where that square is, that's where this square is, because I've already worked it out, and I just start roughing in the basics. Yeah, nah, sorry, that's me. I do all this rough stuff, but once I get the rough kind of pencils in, like kind of like this page, then I'll go back with a ruler and do a pencil in of the borders, and then ink the borders, and then pencil the panels, and then ink the rest of it. All right, Panda, I just wondered, I know you've mentioned that you're drawing, and I'm just wondering if I've seen your work. Or maybe I've seen it on the Discord. You're there, right? Aren't you? Again, I apologize if this is obvious. There's so much going on. I have a hard time keeping it all straight. Oh, all right, Panda. Well, I mean, if you've got a smartphone and it's a free app, the Discord, most of the people, or a good chunk of the people from here that are like the regulars, are just on the Discord server. And it's just a free place to chat and share artwork. Bunch of nice people, you know. It's just a fun kind of place to be if that's anything you're interested in. It doesn't benefit me in any way outside of just getting to know people. So, you know, I'm not trying to push something on you that, you know, has some ulterior motive. It's just a fun place to be. Yeah, Goku's right. See, it's better that way, right? Dan, man, how are you? Yeah, Panda, it's fun. It's like I said, there's no. I mean, you have to sign up for, you know, like make an account, but it doesn't cost anything, doesn't require anything, and it's almost 60 people over there, and people just share artwork and funny memes and get feedback and give advice. Nas art. What artists am I inspired by? Specifically, style. I mean, there's 100 artists that I've been inspired by as I've grown up and read comic books and try to emulate styles from. There's no one person. There's just a whole slew of artists over the years. I mean, if I had to list a couple of them, anybody who watches my channel enough knows that I'm inspired by Mark Silvestri a lot, Adam Hughes, Jim Lee, and Mike Mignola. If I could be even sort of close to as good as those guys, I'd be a happy wannabe amateur artist. Or comic book artist. I guess I'm an artist either way, technically. No, that's not what I do. It's not what I appreciate it, but it's not anything I'm interested in. I'm interested more exaggerated, exciting stuff. Thanks, Mike McMahon. I appreciate that. It does mean a lot to me because I often am like, why would anybody want to watch me draw? Why would anybody want to listen to anything I've got to say? You know what I mean? Yeah, artists like watching other artists process. That's true. I've actually kind of wondered the same thing, Chuck. It does sound kind of familiar. I was like, do I know that name from somewhere, or am I just projecting? I wonder if he dipped out. The viewer count got kind of low for a minute. I just wonder if he's a guy with a similar name. I find it so unlikely some other professional artist would be in here watching me draw. Well, thanks, Panda. Yeah, I've been kind of looking forward to doing this particular page, this panel. So, again, that was my rough sketch. That was my layout as far as, my thumbnail. I'm like, well, that's the pose she's in. Now I get to, do it. I turned her body more towards us than the full-on side view, and I'm not sure if I prefer it one way or the other, but I've got it in there the way it is, so I guess that's how it is. Rose, you forgot to say hi. Well, hello. Thank you for joining and saying hi and all that. Yeah, it's kind of a 3/4 view. It just turned towards us just a little bit, but it's all right. Panda, you say, do I get ever annoyed because your final version can't match the gestural, energetic look of the original thumbnail? All the time. All the time. I even remember hearing McFarlane talk about that on one of those like old videos where they're sitting around with Stan Lee, and he said something about like, he's like, Bud, I've seen these artists. They draw this really elaborate drawing where they did a rough sketch and then they light boxed it and then they light boxed it again, and by the time they got with their final drawing, the energy of that original quick little 15-minute thumbnail sketch looked better in some ways. And yeah, I struggle with that all the time. It's aggravating as hell. Mike McMahon, you draw U.S. assassin? It's a ironic phrase these days, right? No, Panda, I don't take that as such. I don't take it as a, you don't have to like, I'm not saying that about your work, Rob. I 100% agree, though. Yes. Like, I don't mind this doodle that I just did, but there was something kind of weird in this gangly little stretch, this pose and this little quick sketch that I did that I'm like, I didn't quite catch it here. But what I did do is create something else. Whether it's better or worse, I don't know. Beast, how's it going? But yeah, Panda, 100%. Little rough sketches on those thumbnails sometimes are just like, why was I able to capture a vibe in that thing that I took 20 to 30 seconds on, and I've spent 6 hours on this damn drawing, and it doesn't look as good as that thumbnail? It's so aggravating. Well, thanks, Goku. Okay. Well, it is He-Man's lady love. I was going to say girlfriend, but, well, in my story, He-Man's dead, so. And Teela is facing off with the person who's directly responsible for the death of He-Man. I wonder what she's going to do. They're in a private chamber, locked away, where no one else can see them. They're either going to make out or something else violent is going to happen. Right? That's right. Why can't I just have both happen at the same time, or one after another? Something a little sensual, and then extremely violent, or the sensual and the violent at the same time. I'm telling you, there's a Master's End After Dark comic to make. Like the short stories in between that no one ever saw. The Red Shoe Diaries of this book. Master's Ed, not safe for work. I mean, it kind of is anyway, with some of the stuff. All right, so I've rough penciled this page here. I mean, I've legitimately thought about it, Panda. It would be almost like, I don't want to make it a joke. Like, I don't know. That's not what the book is about. But there's a part of me that's like, just for the shits and giggles of it, here's the adult content that we don't get to see. And I don't like to make stuff that's gross, but stuff that's kind of R-rated, pushing an NC-17, but not porn. I'm not into that. I've seen some of it, Chuck. Not the Faust stuff, but some of his artwork. Honestly, my biggest exposure to it was on the Kayfabe channel when they were flipping through. I guess Tim Vigil was doing, like, just his own fun. He did like a Batman book that he was kind of penciling and inking, and those guys got some like photocopies of these pages. Some were inked, some were penciled, some were in between, but it was a very, very adult Batman, Joker, Harley Quinn story. Really kind of cool. But that's the level of artwork that I've seen at the most detail with Tim Vigil. And that man can draw, like, big time, yeah. That's why I should get a Patreon, right? So I can do something like that. And people would pay me to draw He-Man dick. Oh, I'm all about I kind of, what I'm interested in doing personally versus what I'd be totally interested in seeing varies wildly. Like, I can appreciate art even if the subject matter isn't something I would create on my own. But I would totally check it out. He-Man's other sort of power. I mean, I've kind of mentioned this, but when I was doing, I don't know, I got my head up my ass a year or two ago thinking about what other Masters of the Universe fan comics have been done. And in my Google searching, I came across a 40-page, full-color, hardcore Masters of the Universe porn comic. And it was exactly what you would think it would be, but there was some legitimately, like, vaguely interesting concepts that I was like, oh, kind of sparked an idea. And not in the adult content manner, but just in the like, oh, that's kind of an interesting idea. So I don't know. I play with that idea. I mean, I talk about how once I get this damn book done, I'm walking away from it. I'm done, trying to do something else. But there's a little part of me that's like, I also want to make money, like at a little adult thing. Some people would probably buy up. So that kind of makes me a whore. And I don't know if I care. Yeah, that's true. That's what you get. Do it like Hollywood. Yeah, do the personal project, then you do the art picture, and then the big budget shit for the studio. Yeah, and I don't have any idea of like making like a giant, out of control, like wild, massive book like I always do. Just kind of a short, couple little short stories, 3 or 4 pages, a couple of those. But if I were to do something adult like that, I want it to look artistically good. Like, this is going to sound stupid, but I'd love to see a book with like adult content like that drawn by Mark Silvestri, for example. You know, I want good art in these things, and what I consider good art. So, and a lot of my favorite artists don't do content like that. They don't like to. There's just not anything that interests them, and I get it. You know, I'd love to see Adam Hughes do something like that, which I think he has done in the past, but he kind of doesn't need to anymore. But I would want to make the drawings look as good as I can make them. Like, it's an artistic challenge. I actually have a few of those on the way. I can't remember what issues they were. Only that the artists in them that were listed I liked. It's like 2 issues. So I'm kind of excited to see what those look like. I want to say Adam Hughes is in one of them. I want to say Tex is in one of them. I want to say Jay Lee is in one of them. It's been a minute since I ordered them. I actually, you know, they should be showing up within a week or so. So we'll see. I probably won't ever actually really do anything like that just for time. I don't know. We'll see. It's not impossible to imagine. Yeah, I understand that, and probably because I would imagine Penthouse Comics probably paid pretty well. This is how they could attract really good talent. They're not going to hire some hack dipshit like me. You know, it's like, we could pay top dollar. We're going to get top artists and then make the work actually sell, and everyone's happy. Yeah, Chuck, or not, sorry, Chuck. First off, Dan, I'm looking forward to seeing your bikini knife war story. I've seen your process pages that you've been doing, and I kind of can't wait to see that end result. It's more violent than sexy, but there's chicks in bikinis, and so I'm sold. $300 a page to ink? How would that be? I remember Liefeld saying on one of his podcasts or whatever that he paid like inkers like Danny Meeke that well, $300 a page or something like that back in the day, and that was considered insane good, which it sounds like. It's about twice what you were making? Wow. Hey Chuck, what's your record when you were like at Wildstorm, for example, for like most pages inked in a day? Did you ever do, I mean, I understand like penciling is in just industry standards like one a day, but is inking considered to be one a day as well? Did you ever do better than that? You ever do 2 or 3? Sanshiro Salai says, love your art style. You definitely have the fundamentals down. Well, thank you. That means a lot to me. It does. I appreciate that. That is a very generous comment for you to make. So what about later at somewhere else, Chuck? If where and the other places you'd worked out, is there some place where you kind of were able to knock out, 2 or 3 pages or something like that? I'm just curious, what your record was when you were doing it regular back in the day. Transformer pages for the fan club comic, they were in trouble, and you did 10 pages in a week. They weren't good. You're not much of a fireman. You're not there to put out fires. Is that what you mean by that? Like, all right. But I guess if you somebody's like, bang them out fast as you can, you're like, all right. Sanshiro, I guess it depends on what you mean by a fountain pen. Like, when you say fountain pen, what specifically do you mean? Do you mean something like this? I mean, I don't think of it as a fountain pen, but maybe. Save me, cries the editor. So Vince Coletta, he had some bad inking, but he could do a whole issue in a weekend. Wow, that's guess that's one way to keep a job. That's really interesting. How's it going, Chad? 3 qualities editors look for in a professional, they say. I assume timeliness is one of them. You're the most talented guy on earth. Nice. All right. Well, I'm already out. You're the most reliable guy on earth. Gotcha. I could do that. I think I could be considered reliable. So I'm 1 for 2. Not that this is about me, but whatever. You're the nicest guy on earth. I could at least pretend to be that. I mean, I think I'm a pretty nice guy, but I'm also not a pushover, but so talented, reliable, and nice. You must have 2 out of 3 to have long-term success. Well, there you go. I think I've got 2 of those. Hey, Chuck, if I've got your attention for 2 seconds, Sanshiro, the pages I'm working on, I just do kind of standard American comic 11 by 17 paper is what I'm working on. I was wondering, Chuck, if how easy would it be? I kind of think I want to, these pages where the girl's descending into the water here. If it was colored, I'd leave it open. Because it's black and white, I think I want to make the background black. And rather than inking in behind here and doing behind all these bubbles, which, I mean, I could, how quickly would you be able to, if I scan this, would you be able to throw in a black background around all these bubbles without it being a pain in your ass? Like, is that feasible? Because I think I want her to be surrounded by darkness in this water that she's descending in. So it's just a thought that I was having. I could ink it, but emphasis on the Well, thanks, Panda. Yeah, I mean, she's been burned on half her body, and these waters are what's going to actually heal her physical body. So, you know, I tried to get the anatomy look decent and this perspective angle, and, you know, I had photo reference from a friend to use for these, and it certainly helped. It helped a lot. I wish I could do that a lot more. Censure, I mean, it wouldn't take a lot of ink. I mean, it's more time consuming than the volume of ink and, you know, just to go around all those bubbles and stuff. Spartan 47. Sorry, it's gonna take a breath. I end up, you know, running into people who haven't seen what I'm doing, so I have to like, all right, I'm gonna give my spiel. It's a He-Man Masters of the Universe fan comic that I've been working on for years. I got 5 volumes of it done. All of them big books. And I am close, very, very, very close to the art, having the art done for book 6. I've got 139. I'm working on pages 139, 140, 41, 42, 43. So yeah, Spartan. It's just a fan comic, just a fan fiction that I'm doing. It's because I'm nuts. But that's what these are for. I'm just a guy at home drawing comics for his own entertainment. Ow. Just stabbed myself. Chad, you were playing around with some Tila drawings the other day. Inspired you? Well, that's awesome. Be awesome to see them if they're anything you can and want to share. I always want to see other people's work. All right, Chuck. Well, thanks for stopping in. Adam Brooks inspired you to draw Trapjaw? That's awesome. What's funny is my versions are very, very different from the original versions, especially like Trapjaw, because I've basically turned him into a good guy. All right, Chuck, I'll do that. Yeah, Chad, throw it up on the Discord. It'd be awesome to see. Sanshiro, difficulty drawing noses. I really only have one bit of advice for anybody whenever they say I have difficulty drawing this or that or whatever. Is just keep trying. Just keep drawing. And I know that's, you know, there's no magic trick to learning how to do any of this stuff beyond you just got to sit down and just do it. Just Google pictures of noses and just get a sketchbook and just start drawing them. Like if just even doing one will open your eyes if you're having a struggle doing things a certain way. Just doing one, you're like, oh, the shapes go like this and go like this, and then suddenly start piecing it together. But just start getting life reference and drawing noses. Same thing with eyes, hands, ears, boobs. Those are fun. You just have to sit down and draw the real thing instead of trying to fake it. And it just suddenly starts working out. It'll suddenly just start coming together. Sanshiro, do you know what Discord is? It's an app that you can download. It's free. You can just post up stuff. It's like a forum to be able to chat with like-minded people. We've got one for people who found me on through here, and we all just kind of chat and talk and share work. I can throw up a link to it after the live stream. I'm sure the last link that I put up for it is long since expired. You know what, Panda? Yeah, same. It's like it's like I want them to look right, but I don't want them to look overly focused on, but I want them to look attractive. And then drawing from weird different angles, it's tricky. So yeah, you're not wrong. Not wrong about any of that. It is tricky, Panda. Yeah, I've struggled with that for a long time, trying to get a woman's figure, because you know I'm doing comic book drawing like all of us, and I want these girls to look like hot comic book characters, and like the same thing with the guys. But it's kind of easier to just do the guys, right? But that's what you're into. But it's tricky. Right, Chad, right? Crystal Nails. Hello, this is beautiful artwork. Well, thank you. It's very kind of you. Oh yeah, Chad, I completely eyeball the shit out of everything. I got sick of like notching out, it's an 11 by 17 board, but it's supposed to be a 10 by 15 live area. So I'm gonna take, you know, half an inch off the top and half an inch off the bottom, and then a quarter inch off this. I'm like, I don't even give a shit anymore. I eyeball everything and basically leave, I mean, roughly half an inch around the edges, and then everything else in between, I just eyeball it. It's like, I don't care. I've never paid attention to that in terms of how much I care in a comic, and I've never heard anybody else mention it except sticklers for precision. So I don't, just fuck it. You know what I mean? As long as the art prints on the page in the book, and I keep the lettering bubbles inside that live area so it doesn't print off page, which in the last one it did a little bit on one panel on one word, but that was only one book out of 5. Right, Panda? It's so aggravating. It's like, the hell with that. And honestly, you could get into, if you really needed to, get into it with a computer, Photoshop or something, and just resize it, rescale it if you needed to. Not that I know how to do that, but I know I could if I needed to. Sanchiro, once your principal found your sketchbook with some drawings of woman's anatomy, he asked me why I was drawing it, and then you showed him a female link I drew. Well, there you go. You know what, Panda? I used to get, like, I use these art pads. You know, they're $16.99 where I buy them from. 24 sheets, which is a pretty good deal as far as I'm concerned. Smooth Bristol board. But I used to buy the ones that you can get at the same store that have the blue lines with all the borders and all that stuff already like printed on it. And I got sick of clearing that stuff out in the system after the fact. I got sick of having to clean up and get those blue lines out of there. Because when you scan them, it puts them in there, so you have to take them out. It's just another step of another thing to clean up. So I just work on blank pages anymore. I said, why am I farting around with these pre-ruled pages? Well, I know why. It's because I was thrilled when I finally got to see what comic pages actually looked like. But after doing it for years, I'm like, fuck that. I am done. Because I have to clean it all up anyway. I don't know how minutia is spelled, right? Well, Dan, well, it's probably, you're still probably not wrong. I'm not, everything I've been doing up until just last week or the week before, I've been going to FedEx to scan them. And if there's a way to adjust the scanners at FedEx to make that scanning, you know, pick up or not pick up certain stuff, I don't know how to do that. I do have my scanner here now that I bought, which I still don't know. I haven't, fudged with any of the settings on it yet. Yeah, I can't figure out how to get the scanner to pull up like a screen. I know it's in there. I know I'm just missing it. It's staring me in the face somehow, some way. But to bring up like a control panel to alter settings, all I can get is I can just turn it on and I hit the scan button and it just pops the image up into a just a screen that I can then take and pull it into, you know, any other program. But somewhere there's a way to access a like a control panel to adjust settings. I just don't know where it's at. I had to download like a software program to make it run because it came with a disk to put into your computer to upload, but the laptop I have doesn't run CDs, discs, or anything like that. It doesn't even have a slot for it. So I downloaded it, and then it didn't bring up like again, I don't know what else it word, a control panel. Just like, here's your, you know, what settings do you want to do? And it didn't drop an icon on top of the desktop to like, here's your new scanner. It just, I'm sure I have to just access it somewhere and say, send icon to desktop or some shit. I haven't farted around with it or... And I know that, Chad, I know you can, but that's why I just eliminated getting the pages with the pre-printed shit on it anyway. It's just another step to not have to do. I can erase this blue off of it, and then the scan doesn't pick it up for the most part, and then I can do a quick adjustment and it's just gone. But I'm just trying to eliminate steps. And again, I am not good at Photoshop, so it's all about keeping it simple for me. How I've lasted this long, I don't know. I do run into that sometimes, Dan, where there's gouges or little folds or some kind of nonsense like that you're always farting with. Yeah, it's true, very true. Yeah, see, Chad, I'm no good in Photoshop. Every year when I get to end with one of these books and I start having to do the cleanup after the scans, I have to call this buddy of mine who used to do like tech assistance online or over the phone for people for all kinds of things, including Photoshop. And so he's like, yeah, just push this, go here, do this. I'm like, God damn, how do you know all this stuff? He's like, I used to do it for a living. I'm like, oh yeah. Well, I feel bad about bugging you about it, but that being said, I'm not going to stop. This page is fun for anybody who's been following along. This is the final scene of Beastman. If you remember in the story, he was fighting He-Man and kicking He-Man's ass, and then Jitsu showed up and chopped the shit out of him. This is Jitsu disposing with Beastman's undead, unkillable body parts. He's dragging his parts in a bag to this volcanic lava cliff and throwing the parts over this cliff, never to be seen again. So it's the end of Beastman. Hey D-Man, what's up? Hey guys, I'm gonna step away from the phone for just like 2 minutes. I'll be right back. Don't go away. That's my stinkers. All right, I've returned. Did anybody miss me? No. Crazy Bear, thank you. Sorry if my screen blacked out there for a second. I'm sick of listening to this copyright-free shit. I need to play something interesting. It'll just mean this live stream won't be playable later, but...
Yeah, this album is dedicated to all the teachers that told me I never amount to nothing. To all the people that lived above the buildings that I was hustling from that called the police on when I was just trying to make some money to feed my daughter. And all the niggas in the struggle, you know what I'm saying? It's all good, baby. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine, hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rap attack, Mr. Magic Molly Mall. I let my tape rock till my tape pop, smoking weed and bamboo, sipping on private stock. Way back when I had the red and black lumberjack with the hat to match. Remember rapping, dude? The hard, you never thought that hip hop would take it this far. Now I'm in the limelight cause I rhyme tight. Time to get paid, blow up like the real train. Born sinner, the opposite of a winner. Remember when I used to eat sardines for dinner? East to Raw G, Lucy B, Kid to Free. Funk Master Flex, Love Bug, Star Ski. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. Call a crib, same number, same hood. It's all good. And if you won't know, now you know, nigga.
How's the monetization been going? It's about the same. It stays pretty consistent. About $20, $25 a week. Which I would never complain about. Yeah, D, man. You're almost at 100. That's awesome.
From the Mississippi down to the East Coast, condos and the pool, considered a fool, cause I dropped out of high school. Stereotypes of a black male misunderstood, and it's still all good. And if you
Don't know, now you know, my good sir. Thanks, Patrick.
Got two rides, a limousine with the chauffeur. Phone bill about 2 G's flat. No need to worry, my accountant handles that. And my whole crew is lounging, celebrating every day, no more public housing. Thinking back on my one-room shack, now my mom pimps an act with mix on her back. And she loves to show me off, of course. Smiles every time my face is up in the store. We used to fuss when the landlord dissed us. No heat, wonder why Christmas missed us. Birthdays was the worst days. Now we sip champagne when we thirsty. Damn right, I like the life I live. Cause I went from negative to positive, and it's all. And if you don't know, now you know, nigga. And if you don't know, now you know, nigga.
Brandon Duncan. Yeah, Savage Dragon, one of my favorites. Yeah, I've been collecting it non-stop outside of the last couple of months because my stupid comic shop can't seem to get the books in my hold, and so I might be done collecting it because it's also kind of lost some of its interest. And it's not a porno comic. It just has sex content on occasion. It's not every issue. But, and it seems to be done more for, like, Eric Larson wants to have a laugh. And why not? Why not try it just to see what the hell goes on in it? But it has certainly been less interesting for me in a big way. But it's not because of the R-rated content, just the book not being interesting anymore. And I kind of don't like Eric Larson's political ramblings on Facebook, so I get sick of that shit. Without the gym hat. Drinking the same thought. Hypothetical, political, lyrical, miracle whip. Just like products, my rhymes are legit, cause I'm a Humpty, not Humpty Dumpty, but Humpty's up. Here a hump, there a hump, every now Humpty Shut up and just listen. I don't remember I was collecting. I just don't remember if they were in it. I'm sure they were. And even though I could not disagree more with those couple of clowns, if they were in there, it wasn't in a big way. It was more like, I'm Dragon and I endorse these clowns. Like you did with Barack. Yeah, I know, Kevin. That title that I put in yesterday's stream, that was definitely an eye catcher, considering how successful everything else was. Oh, Dragon addressed COVID. He had his characters walking around in masks like a couple of freaking superheroic pansies. It's so dumb. It's like, I remember the Dragon was the best superhero comic I'd ever read in my life. See you, Dan. That is true, Brandon. Economically impossible. Yeah, I get that. I will be recognized and honored as a community leader. Hopefully, right? Right, Kevin? We'll do that. Oh, Wesley, I'm only drawing in the afternoons and evenings, really. I do, and I am on vacation right now, so I'm in here ignoring my children. So, you know, I am doing that. But yeah, I am working hard to get this damn thing done, so. Getting close, getting close.
A hearty, hefty breakfast. And when you finish, you know you had something to eat.
The bottom right face is looking right into your soul. Well, she's supposed to be. It's supposed to be intense. That's Tila. She's about to go murder the shit out of somebody. And yeah, the chick with the weird helmet is still hanging out. That's the reincarnated Evil Lynn. Oh shit. Oh, Ninja Gaiden, right? Hanging out on a cliff, lightning in the background and everything. Now you want me to look it up. Oh, this stuff brings back memories. I hated these games because they were so hard. I will get my revenge. God, this makes me want to jump into the where you're slicing at them. Slicing at monsters. Let's see. Oh yeah, this music was awesome. Oh yeah, super hooked me into the game. I was like, oh my god, I feel like I'm a real ninja. I need to avenge my father. I cannot wait to do this fucking game. And then of course it's hard as shit. Looking for that mountaintop scene. There we go. That's some good shit right there. Yeah, right, Kevin? Isn't it so badass? It's so cinematic and awesome, and you see what's possible with these games, and then you pick up some other old school Nintendo games, and the people who made some other ones had like these perfect opportunities to do something just as cinematic and awesome, and so many people failed. It was like, is everyone stupid? How can you not take advantage of the full, abilities of this console? I missed a question back here. Brandon, did I start with the short story? Just jump straight into this. I just had this big concept that I wanted to do, and the concept was basically book one, which is 24-page issues. But I got those done, and I kept coming up with stories to continue. And so I just kept going, and I kept going, and I kept going, and now we are 6 volumes in, something like 400 pages. It's kind of crazy like that. It's a bit, since we're talking old school music from video games. Game Boy Batman intro. Panda, I did actually. So I got book one, and then, like I said, it's in 3 chapters. So chapter 1 of book 1 is just this right here. And because my brother helped me, my brother drew chapter 2, and then I did chapter 3. But we originally printed up these first 3 books as floppies, like little individual comics. And after the first print run of that, of 25 issues, I said, let's just print them together into one big book. Let's just make it into one. So we only did that one time. But yes, it did happen. Because I did specifically format them to fit a 24-page comic. Now I just freeform it. I just draw whatever as long as it takes. But yeah, I don't know, Kevin Bial. Speaking of old music, the Game Boy Batman, I don't know why. I always thought this music sounded kind of cool. Boy, that takes me back in time right there. Man, I played the hell out of that game. Panda, my brother's art style, I mean, I don't know. It's sort of similar. He hasn't spent nearly as much time as me refining, so he's not, I hate to say he's not as good. That's not quite what I want to get at, but he would probably, we both kind of mutually agree. I think he's the better writer, and I'm probably the better drawer. But it's close enough. And as bad as this sounds, I actually kind of want to go back and redraw all the parts that he did, just so I can have it all be mine. But that is probably never going to happen. I print up copies of them, Wesley. I've got copies right now of the first 5 volumes, if anybody's interested. You do have to, I don't want to say buy them because I can't sell them, but you have to, we'll call it a donation to the cause. a donation to the channel. But that's how people get them. Is I get people. We'll just call it. Well, they buy them from me, but I have them. I've even got more copies of book 4 and 5 on the way. I had to reorder because I am out of my. I buy them in 25 issue chunks. You know, I buy 25 copies from the printer. But I've got them. It's really the only way. At some point, it'd be nice to be able to put them up online. So maybe sometime when I have some idea of how to do that in the way that I want it to be. I don't know, Kevin. I've wondered about Etsy myself. And Wesley, yes, Instagram's probably the easiest way to communicate with me. There or Facebook. Kevin, I knew you were going to recognize that, right? Yeah, man, this shit takes me right back, man. This stuff was so fun. I love Red Letter Media, D-Man. Mission 1. God, now I want to play Double Dragon. We give you money to send a sweepstakes coupon. We send a coupon back for a copy. There you go. Yep. But you know what's funny? This music doesn't sound right without the sound effects of them fucking punching people right in the mush. You know that ba-doo, 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 ba-doo. Like it's like not complete. You're right, D-Man. But I'm having fun going down memory lane with old video games. again. I need to hear those damn machine guns shooting. Yeah, you let me know when that happens, D-Man. I wonder who recognized this one. Who recognizes what game this music is from? No, Kevin, those were from that old Nintendo NES game, Life Force. Where the two little jets, like spaceships, flying like a side scroller, just up and down, blasting things, and then it would switch to where you're overhead, going side to side. It was really good. It was really hard, but it was really good. Me and my my younger brother used to play the shit out of that game. It's one of our favorites ever. That is solid advice, Brandon Duncan. I assume you're being serious, but I am serious. Chad, you're 47 and got a 1-year-old on the way. I've always thought about like what it would be like starting over now, because my oldest just turned 12 and my youngest is 9. It would be crazy to be starting again. Batman. One of the hardest games I ever played. I never got very far into it. Yeah, Chad, I actually get that. I've actually was telling somebody recently that I get why people keep having kids. And there's a part of me that's kind of sad to think that it's over for me, you know what I mean? As far as babies. How about this one, Kevin? Thanks, Wesley. Chad, you're done now? You're gonna go get all snipped up? Yeah. I thought about doing that on principle just so I don't have an accident. Kevin knows where this music is from. Luke Luden, did I like or read The Amazing Screw-On Head? I've actually never seen it. I mean, I'm aware of it, but I've never read it. So I'm curious about it, but it's never crossed my path. You know what, Kevin? Turtles, it was hard, but it wasn't impossibly hard for me. Ninja Gaiden was hard. I never passed any of those games, not once. But I did beat the Turtles several times. It was an investment of time, for sure. So I found the controls and everything to be pretty easy, but again, that was me as a teenage kid. And I had a lot more patience than I do now. So I don't know. My brother did a playthrough of this game on his own YouTube channel just in the last couple of weeks, and he did pretty good. You know what? That water level, everyone talks about how hard it was, but it really, really wasn't. I could get through that thing in one try. You just don't worry about getting hit by the electric fucking tentacle things. And it's fine. It wasn't that hard, honestly. That is one reason why my brother did so well. He's got this downloaded version where you can save the shit out of anything and start anywhere. And that helped him on his replay. So there was that. I don't know, man. I didn't find the water level that hard. My biggest problem is when I first played it, I mistook the bombs for air compressed tanks. Like, that's where you tank up on air. So I kept leaving them behind, not understanding that they were the bombs to disarm. I didn't get it. Okay, now I'll play the music to the most popular Nintendo Entertainment System game ever that I never, ever played in my life because I didn't understand what the hell the appeal was. You're all gonna think I'm nuts if I'm this old and never played this game. Yeah, right, D-Man? The dude was trying to kill you with the forklift. Do you remember that? I was like, oh yeah, you remember the incredible awesome of Wildcats where the guy was on a forklift and so they put it in a game? So stupid. Um... Thanks, Brandon. Kevin, thank you. Yeah, I never played Zelda. Forklift Assault. I didn't like the graphics, this little topographical look with these little short squatty guys who just shot a sword out in front of them. I like the Turtles, you know, or the Ninja Gaiden games where it felt more like a comic book or cinematic or something like that. It was just never my jam. And I know everyone loved it, and I understand its legacy, and I'm not trying to say it was bad. I never got it. But I remember being in junior high, the cool kids would come in with the game, with that golden cartridge, and just carry it around like this badge of honor. And people would be like, oh shit, man, let me look at your Zelda game. I'm like, yeah, that golden game cartridge looks pretty fucking awesome. But game was not for me, man. You took my sandwich, admit it. It's good music, though. Yeah, Luke, Raph was my favorite. But the Turtles I like the most are the original, the one movie. The live action movie is my jam. Right? The demon son. Right? Well, Luke, yeah. So thank you for listening to my videos. Talk about my brother, it's my older brother that got to a point where he wouldn't let me read comics. That's why I started just collecting my own instead of like we would just collect them together and just share them. But the video games were not anything that any one person could own because my parents had to buy them. So they were ours to share. So, and then we had to play them together, honestly. I started drawing when I was a early teenager. Is when I just first started taking like drawing seriously. It doesn't, Kevin. Retro music. I'm actually having a lot of fun listening to this old shit. It makes me want to like play these old games, which I don't have the means to do. My brother's got this old console system that he's using right now for the videos on his channel. But man, what a good time! What a good time it used to be. Yeah, Brandon. Yeah, I've got plans to do my own kind of creator-owned thing. Thinking about attempting a crowdfunding thing. Chuck and I are probably going to work together on it. It just depends on what that might be. But yeah, once this book, Volume 6 of Master's End, is done, for the most part, I'm walking away from it. It's done. It's over with. But it's because I've told the entire story. But there's a few silly things I might want to do later on. We'll see. You asked because you had a dickhead older brother who wouldn't let me play any of his games. Fortunately, I didn't have to fight my brother over games. What's the music? How about that shit right there? What's some more classic Nintendo music that I haven't touched on? Is it NES? It is a good vacation for me. I've been spending with my kids and then doing a lot of drawing. I did need to get a lot of pages done on this week off. I got to take full advantage of it, so I do that by ignoring my children, I guess. Hello, Hazari. That is good stuff. Well, thanks, Luke. I appreciate it. This epic, the airship theme from Super Mario 3 was always like intimidating. Always loved it. All right, Chad, I'm going to be bailing on this thing here too. I've been going for more than an hour or 2 hours here, 2.5 hours almost. So it's about time for me to call it a night. But I got 3 pages penciled as far as I'm going to take them. So I did this one. Like I could start inking any of these right now. That one I did. This one's close enough. And then I got to refine this before I could start inking it. But yeah. It's a productive night. 2.5 hours, 3.5 pages penciled. So how about that? Take that, Jim Lee. Do. Shadow Weaver, D-Man. She was the mastermind behind everything. And they captured her. And she's leaving Eve to think that they're just going to leave her stranded on this precipice in Grayskull for all time until they decide what they do to her. But Tila flies over there, forms this sword, and stabs the shit out of her to kill her, to show that Tila's gone over the edge. Yep, I ripped her mask off. I didn't know what she looked like under it. I couldn't find anything canonical, so I just made it up. But yeah, guys, I'm going to be done. So, thanks everybody. Appreciate it as always.